What's up, fish heads? Welcome to another live stream. Today we could not go fishing, so we're just going to be hanging out on the homestead doing some tasks. I've assembled an amazing garden and I have a couple more things I want to do. Right now, me and Mama Fishhead are running down to the mailbox to check the mail. I'm expecting some pants that we ordered. I don't think she ordered them on Temu.
I did.
Oh, she did. Temu pants. I'm not super pumped about that. But today we're doing a little test of the vertical live streaming. So the first thing I'm doing right now is just checking the mail. See if anything came in for me. Oh, there's stuff in the box, guys. I think we got our package. We got some stuff from State Farm, from the boat company, and I think these are my jeans. Sweet. Got to make sure the box is closed or else water will get in there. It looks like they put our regular mailbox. Our regular mail, instead of putting it in the mailbox, put it in the package delivery box. So that's cool. We've had so much rain today so far, guys. The retention ponds actually have water in them. It's crazy how much rain we got. There's never any water in these ponds, guys. It's just a rainwater catchment system that the county makes you make when you develop your property. They never have water in them, but we got so much rain today that they're actually filled up with water. Not filled up, but they've got water in them. That's a lot of rainwater, guys. For those ponds to fill up like that, we got inches of rain today. And that's why we're not fishing. We're doing other fun stuff though. We're gonna find the soil that we bought yesterday, mix it up, plant a calamondin tree that we got. If you guys aren't familiar with calamondin trees, it's like a miniature orange. The oranges are like this big. But we're about to go plant that tree because it's in a pot. It's slightly overgrown, the pot, as far as I can tell. We got to get it out of that pot and put it into a bigger pot with some good soil. But we're about done with the golf cart ride here, guys. Sorry for the bumpiness. But Mama Fishhead ordered me some. Later, I'll let you know how they work out. I've never worn Temu jeans before. Hopefully they're decent. I know most of the stuff on Temu is just kind of like cheapish stuff. So ordering jeans on there, kind of questionable. So what we're going to be doing though is not letting the dog escape. Oh, he's mad. But I got this soil. We're going to mix topsoil and potting mix together. And we're going to plant the calamondin tree. You like that? I've got it in 2 different colors. Joel and Isaac Shorts in the house. Appreciate you guys for coming in. Yeah, I've got like the traditional blue shirt with the Superman logo on it, and then I got this gray one. I've had them for years. Just wear them whenever. All right, so the first thing we have to do is gather together our materials. I was like, I'm just going to try out this vertical live stream thing and see if it actually makes a difference. Generally, we never do a vertical live stream. Got a nice sized pot. The calamondin tree is actually flowering already. See, it's got flowers on it. And so we want to get it into a bigger pot with some good soil so that it doesn't get stunted right now. So I'm going to gather my stuff here, bring it back to the deck where we just were, and then I'll set this up and let you guys watch me doing it. There's always like a million different things to do on the homestead here, guys. Generally, we fish a lot. We have a YouTube fishing channel. But some days like today when the weather's terrible and there's tornado warnings and watches, the sky looks like this. You can hear thunder in the distance. It's already rained, like multiple inches of rain. You can't go fishing, or it just wouldn't be fun, or we'd get out on the lake and be stuck, or we'd be on the beach and getting thundered on. So rather than do all that and just have to suffer with it, we're going to stay home today and we're going to plant some cool stuff. I'm going to show you guys a garden that I did in the last few days, and it's pretty awesome too, but we'll save that for after we plant the calamondin tree. I do not have my tripod with me, so I'm going to look for a spot here to set up the phone so you guys can keep watching while I do this. I'm just going to set it down here, I guess. Be able to see everybody. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So we're going to plant this tree in this pot with the soil mixture that I got. So the first thing I'm going to do is just fill it up maybe like this far with topsoil, just to have a base to put this in. You've got to gauge how deep this pot is and how far you want the plant to be down into the pot. So I'm thinking I need about 6 inches of topsoil right at the bottom of the pot here. So we'll just pour about 6 inches of soil in there, lightly compact it. We want this to be nice and aerated soil. And then we'll put a little bit of topsoil on top of that. Not topsoil, but potting mixture. Is my chat froze up again, guys? My chat freezes up all the time. We have terrible internet service here. And we're on Starlink, but we're so far out that we don't get the same kind of service that everybody gets. And there's the thunder again. So we got to make sure we get this done, guys. So we got the topsoil in there. Now we're going to put some of the potting mix on top of that. And that's going to be our base that we're going to set the plant, packed it, but not press it in there real hard. Put the pot in there. So I'm going to put a little bit more in there. You don't want the dirt to be really too much above the level of the dirt that's in the pot now, because it'll hurt the tree. But I don't want the tree like sitting so far down in the pot that, oh yeah, that's perfect right there. You don't want the tree sitting so far down into the pot that it doesn't even have any dirt. It's not super root bound. You can see the roots in there. I've seen much worse than that before. We just get that guy sort of centered in the pot. And now what we're going to do is just pour topsoil and potting soil around it, sort of in layers, instead of just like mixing it all together. We could do that like in the wheelbarrow, but I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to need yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and just pour some in and mix it as we're pouring it. Not really an exact science here. Just kind of getting some, mixing it, getting some more, mixing it. We only have one, so one calamondin tree to do. So it's not like we're trying to make sure they all grow exactly the same or anything like that. These calamondin trees are really cool though. They make tons and tons of little baby oranges. And they're good for, like, I mean, you can eat them as a snack. You can make recipes with them. You can make drinks with them. There's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do with calamondins. It's a kind of a semi-tropical fruit. So they don't like to freeze too much, which we actually do occasionally freeze here. So we'll have to sort of be careful about not letting it get below freezing, at least for the first year or two. After they've been in the atmosphere of freezing temperatures for a couple of years, then they're pretty much cold hardy. They'll grow without being careful. But the first couple of years, I would say maybe 2 years, we're going to keep them in this pot so that we can bring it in whenever it gets really, really cold. This dirt's not wanting to cooperate with me. We'll get it. Okay. That might be enough topsoil. And this topsoil smells weird, guys. It's got this aroma to it. Smells kind of like rotten wood or something. It's not the cheapest kind of topsoil that just has like a bunch of bark and sand and stuff in it. It's a little bit more expensive. So hopefully is better quality. All right, I think we got it pretty well centered in there. Now we're going to put a little bit more potting soil on top of that. We don't have a lot left. I saved just enough to be able to put over the surface. And whatever the topsoil is lacking as far as like nutrients and stuff, the potting soil will take its place, make up for it. Because as you water it and the rain rinses it down, all the nutrients from that potting soil are going to mix in with the topsoil. It says you are not allowed to move this plant across Florida borders, which I understand. We got like certain tree diseases and stuff that you don't want to take into another state. All right, we got that all nicely spread out, slightly packed in. All we need to do now is water it. So I'm going to just go over here real quick, get a watering can full of water, and then I'll be right back. All right, the watering can is filling up. Another cool thing about this project, I bought one of those rolling stands to put the pot on so we can keep it up here on the deck. And that should be really cool. We'll have a nice little feature on our deck. Got a couple chairs right over here. The grill and the Blackstone and everything are all over on this side of the deck. So we're just gonna have like a decorative Calamandan orange tree growing right over here in the corner. Hey Bob. Yeah, work, man. That's all I've been doing lately. That's why we're making homestead videos right now, other than the weather. The weather's been awful. Can't get out fishing in this kind of weather comfortably anyways. We could try to push our limits, but I'd rather not. Especially if we're taking the boat out. You don't want to get stuck out on the lake in the boat and the weather is just so bad it's not even safe. I mean, I've done it a couple times. It's not something I really want to do on a regular basis. Feel like you're just pushing your luck out there. But there we go. The Calamandan tree is planted and watered. I feel like it got a little bit stressed out while I was doing that, but that's okay. Some of the leaves like turn upside down when they get stressed out. Uh-oh, here comes the rain again, guys. The thunder and the rain are here. So I'm gonna make sure I get this thing set up and where it wants to be before it gets too nasty out. There's our little base that we got. It has wheels on it so it can move around the deck. We don't want to get too permanent with this thing because we're going to be moving it around. But there it is. Beautiful Calamandan tree already in bloom. I'm just getting the tag off the tree right now, guys. There we go. That's what the Calamandans will look like. It's just little oranges about like that size. Like maybe a little bit smaller than a plum. But now we've got one of them on the homestead. So all summer, actually all fall, we'll be able to eat these guys. Make food with them. Make drinks with them. All the cool stuff that we like to do on our channel here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've always got something fun going on. We like to do fishing a lot. We like to do homestead stuff a lot, like gardening. We also like cooking a lot. Catch and cooks is one of our favorite things to do. Whenever we fish, if we catch something worth eating, we'll keep it and we'll make a delicious recipe, including that as our ingredient or our main ingredient. I'm trying to move stuff around here before the rain gets too bad, guys, because I know it's coming. In Florida, when the sky gets real dark like this and you hear the thunder, pretty much guaranteed a good solid storm. And now I'm just rinsing off some of the dirt that we had on the deck. I'm going to water this calamondin a little bit more. I always like to water everything real thorough when I first plant it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the phone's starting to get wet because it's coming, guys. The storm is here. But I told you I'd show you the garden that we've been working on the last couple days. I guess I'll just get a little wet. A little water never hurt anybody, right? But that thunder and lightning could. But here is the container garden. We actually have a long form video that should be out tomorrow morning. Had some technical difficulties. I recorded everything in 8K and my editing software only wants 4K stuff. So my super good camera is better than my editing software now. But yeah, we got herbs and strawberries. We got romaine lettuce and banana peppers. We got a bunch of different kinds of spicy peppers, and they're all raised up off the ground in these containers, so it'll be really easy to maintain. And then over here we got some more sweet peppers right down there. And then right up here we've got cherry tomatoes. So a good thorough selection of veggies, herbs, seasonings, and cherry tomatoes, because we use all that stuff during the season to make our food. All of our cooking videos usually have something to do with not only store-bought foods. We do seasonings, we make our own seasonings actually, and we always like to flavor everything that we cook with something from our garden. Hey, Stephen Merchant's in the house. Just showing everybody some interesting stuff here on the homestead. If you guys aren't familiar with it, this whole area is the homestead. Little 44-acre patch of woods. Some of it we cleared, most of it we left wooded. There's a little creek that runs through back there, which we have some cool fishing in. The mystery fish, which aren't a mystery anymore. We catch those guys. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming in, buddy. Just hanging out in the rain because we can't go fishing, doing some cool stuff. We got the calamondin tree planted. I'll show you guys again, but I'm going to have to go inside here pretty soon because the rain's starting to pick up. The phone's all wet. I don't see any water right on the lens, so hopefully you guys aren't seeing me through like a water bubble. But yeah, that's the new calamondin. It's already flowering, which means we're going to have a bunch of little oranges here real soon. Oh, here comes the thunder. I'll show you guys the sky before I go back inside. The sky has gotten nice and dark and gray. Real gray right there. Really, the whole sky is. You can tell the storm is coming from the south, which is more of that direction. It's even darker over here. And all the thunder, the distant thunder is coming in this way. Hey, Loma. Appreciate you coming in. I didn't show you yet, or I don't know how long you've been on here, but we got this really sweet calamondin tree, which is basically just small oranges. Where did I put the tag? I set the tag down somewhere. And I just got it planted in the pot. Here it is. Just got it planted in the pot with some really good soil. Mixed up some potting soil and topsoil to make a mixture for it. But yeah, this is what we're working with here. Calamondins. We're like right at the northernmost area to be able to grow these. We just have to be careful like the first year or two that it doesn't freeze. But then we'll have these little plum-sized oranges. They're like this big. They're great for just... Uh-oh, here comes the storm, guys. They're great for just snacking on, but they're also awesome for making like mixed drinks or any food that you cook that you're going to add citrus to. Perfect addition for that. So this is a great addition to the homestead right here. Having one of those on the deck. I'm going in, guys, because the storm is here. I don't want to get struck by lightning. But I'm excited that we finally got that project done. The garden project is done. Yeah, they're a little bit sour. That's what's good about them for making drinks and for cooking with. It's like a slightly sour orange, which is going to make them perfect for everything that we like to do. Because we can always just make nasal orange juice or navel orange juice or whatever if we want sweet oranges, but we got those now as an extra ingredient for stuff that we're going to do. Loma, do you have them? Do you have any calamondins growing? I've never grown my own. I've eaten them before, but I've never actually grown them. So I'm not 100% sure what to expect out of it. But the fact that they're already flowering makes me excited that we'll be having some pretty soon. Appreciate all you guys for coming in. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. Do it. Do it. Hit the like button. See if we can't get 10 likes before we get off of here. Don't want to stay on too long, guys, because we got a bunch of stuff we're trying to work on in the house, around the house. Although the around the house stuff right now is kind of on hold because of the storm. But I got a couple things I wanted to work on with the boat too. Because right now we're taking like most of the stuff off the boat to get ready for our South Carolina trip next week. We're bringing some of the crappie equipment that we normally use for crappie around here up to South Carolina to use for trout fishing. Oh, nice, Loma. Your friend has a calamondin tree. They seem really cool. I'm super pumped about it. I know everything I read about it, we got to make sure it doesn't freeze for like the first 2 winters. So I'm going to keep it in that pot for 2 winters. Once we can get it through 2 winters, the tree should be big and strong enough to where I can plant it in the ground. And then we won't have to worry about it freezing over and dying off. Like we've had a couple other things like Meyer lemon trees. We put them straight in the ground. They didn't survive. Banana trees, same thing. You got to get them like sort of cold hardened, and then they can last forever basically after that. But yeah, we got a couple things to do on the boat. I'm going to be bringing all this stuff up with us. Most of those rods right there are coming with us. So I got a little bit of work to do yet today, but it's all good. The work never ends, guys. If I'm not at work, working, I'm not at my desk working on the computer, I'm out selling. If I'm not out selling, I'm home. And when I'm home, I'm always working. The work never really ends, but it's all good. Work hard, play hard, right? I'm also gonna see if, okay, good. I did not leave anything out in my truck. I thought all of a sudden I just was worried that I left some like sleeping bags and camping equipment in the back of the truck. But you can see the rain's really kind of coming down now. But no sleeping bags in the back of the truck getting wet, so that's cool. Yep, windows are up. I got nervous, Loma. I've been known to forget about stuff like that, and then I come back like hours later and my truck has a half inch of water in the bottom of it. Not ideal. We're not going to take the white truck. We're going to take the brown truck. My Silverado that I have over there. I'll try to get you a better view. Because the truck bed tent that we ordered fits perfectly on the Silverado. It doesn't fit on the Ford. Plus, I just kind of like the Chevy better anyway. It's more of a fun truck to use. The Ford is like a good truck just to drive around and put mileage on. The Chevy is our play truck. And it has four-wheel drive. So if we need, like while we're up there, if we get into any really wet situations, I'm trying to stay under the cover of the roof here. Oh, yeah, if we get into any real wet situations, this truck right here, it's got the four-wheel drive V8 super strong truck right there. I love this truck actually. I got it back in 2017. It's still in really good condition and it's paid off. So no truck payment. Oh yeah, you guys got a lot of rain too. Hey Cindy, thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's been raining here so much lately that we decided we weren't even gonna try to go fishing today. No fishing. So I'm planting trees, planting gardens, showing people my truck. That's what we do. When you can't go fishing, you got to think of something else, right? Oh yeah, paid off. That truck is going to sit in my driveway till I die, I think. Because I don't want to have another truck payment. I can do the repair work and the maintenance on it for many, many, many years. All right, we're back under the cover here. Many, many years before I will pay another $60,000 to buy another truck like that. And it tows the boat just fine. That truck actually tows my boat perfectly. I can barely even feel that I have the boat on the back of it. You know, they have the tow mode that you can set the transmission not to go all the way up into overdrive or high gear. I don't even worry about that with this truck because I can barely feel the boat pulling behind me. Oh yeah, the retention pond I was telling you guys about earlier. It's like, I don't know, maybe 2 feet deep. It's meant to just catch rainwater so that it doesn't flow all the way back into our creek, which doesn't make any sense. But that thing never has any water in it, and today it's like a foot deep of water. So that just shows you we've been getting a ton of rain today. I don't know what this storm is. It's not like a named storm or anything, but it's been a lot of water. It did break just long enough for me to get that tree planted though. So that's cool. Cindy, I think you came in after I did the tree, so I'll show you that real quick. I'm staying in and around the house now because of the rain. I set my drink down over here. Let me grab that first. But yeah, it's a cool calamondin tree. It's like miniature oranges. I think up where you are, it gets a little bit too cold in the winter for it to be able to survive. Whew, almost fell down. But here we're like right at the northernmost point to where you can grow them and not have it die off. As long as you like, I've heard of people covering them in the winter when it gets down like below 30 degrees. They'll cover it. Happens a couple times a year here. So you can either cover it and it'll make it through, or you can just bring it inside for a night or two when it's going to get like a hard freeze. And after like 2 years of doing that, then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can plant it in the ground and it'll be okay. But it's right here. Move the cat out of the way. She's trying to go out the door here. But yeah, there's the calamondin tree. And it's already flowering, which is really cool. So very shortly here, guys, we'll have little plum-sized oranges to show you guys and cook with using our cooking videos, make seasonings out of, all that kind of stuff. We can marinate stuff in the juice. It's gonna be pretty awesome. No, cat, don't go out. But yeah, that's what we were working on before the rain hit. And it's raining pretty hard now, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here in a second. Finish editing the garden video that we made recently. It's been hard to work on stuff because I filmed everything in 8K. Kind of intentionally, kind of unintentionally. Wabash Nate, appreciate you coming in, buddy. How's it going? Burrito Catfish 80, you changed your name, Lisa. Good to have you in here. Appreciate you joining us. I'll show you guys a couple cool things before I get off of here. We got some sharks. This whole area of our house is shark themed. So we got sharks. My video that I was telling you about, I accidentally filmed everything in 8K. My editing software doesn't like anything higher than 4K, so I have to let every video clip upload to the editing software, which takes like 20 minutes per video clip, and then it can finally let me watch it and edit it. Super annoying. So I'm not going to be filming in higher than 4K from now on, at least until the editing software technology catches up to it. Here's the next one. We got a shark, sand shark. I think really it's a whale shark, but we got it acting like a sand shark here, chasing a school of bait fish. It's 3D art too, so you could literally grab it and take it off the wall if you wanted to. Then we got over here the shark fossil teeth, normally found around this area. The shape of the teeth, the kind of sharks they come from, pretty cool stuff. We have like 1,000 shark teeth too that we're putting into a shadow box. So we're gonna have one shadow box with all the shark teeth we found over here, and another shadow box with all the shark teeth we found over here, including a megalodon tooth, which is like 5 inches or 4.5 inches tall. Pretty awesome. Hey, Miss Joan, appreciate you coming in. So we got that. Then up here you got the shark faces. This is more of like a little cartoony fun thing. There's the fish head logo. Then above the back door over here, we got this cool shark up here. That guy's awesome. He just kind of swims over the back door here. And then over here, we got a little bit more shark art. So that's why we call this the shark room. This room of our house right here is the shark room, which is pretty cool. There he is. I don't know what kind of shark that is. Maybe a blue shark. It's not a great white or anything, but it could be a blue shark. I don't know. Could just be art. Check out the rain now, guys. It's coming down hard. That's just a constant, steady downpour. Good for the garden, not good for fishing. If I was out on the boat right now, I'd be hating it. Just suffering in the rain out there on the boat. But that was pretty much what I wanted to show everybody. The calamondin, the garden. Just hanging out, letting y'all know why we're not out fishing today. And I appreciate everybody for coming in. I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. We might go back on a little bit later if I can think of something better to do. But I just wanted to come on and say hi to everybody. So appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.